Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending May 8th. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, guys, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at has to do with APB Reloaded. And the news is that APB Reloaded sets its open beta date. And that open beta date, guys, is on May 18th. And for you guys that have been following the APB story, the game used to be pay to play, but eventually shut down. And since shutting down, Gamers First bought the game and is relaunching it as free to play on May 18th. And the reason I picked this news to talk about first is because a lot of people have been asking me when APB will be going open beta, but now we do know the official date, and once again, guys, that is May 18th. I suspect though if the game is successful as a free to play title, more and more pay to play games will eventually go free to play as well. Next up, guys, on May 2nd, 2011, the Dragon God Resurrection update for Kings of 3 has officially launched, and it's actually the first expansion pack to Kings of Kings 3, and it increased the level cap to 140, adds new specializations, which ups the character class total to 27, also adds a new dragon-based transformation, also adds 22 new maps to the game, the ability to raise, tame, and ride dragons, as well as an expanded crafting system. The update also adds a really interesting new system to the game called Soul of the Original Sin, where there's 7 artifacts, and the video you're seeing right now is just a PvP video for the game, an official PvP trailer actually. Up next, guys, on May 3rd, 2011, Grand Chase Chaos officially went live, and it is considered a relaunch of Grand Chase. The Grand Chase Chaos update adds a bunch of new things to the game, including a new dual weapon system in dungeons, as well as a new fusion system for players to merge items together or create powerful new items. The game's rewards and experience system has also been rebalanced a bit in favor of players, with new rewards now being displayed in real time and dungeon progression simplified. Plus, there's also a new animation system which separates item animations from character models. Now, it's no surprise that Grand Chase is getting an update now because Elsword officially launched in North America. It's a competing game for Grand Chase. It's also a side-scrolling fantasy action MMORPG. Next up, guys, on May 4th, 2011, Gamescampus came out and said Hasta 2 will begin its closed beta testing on May 5th. And for those that didn't know, Hasta 2 is a sequel to Hasta Story. And the closed beta is unfortunately very short because it already began and will be closing on Monday, May 9th. So this round of closed beta testing is only 4 days, but I'm sure Hasta 2 will have other closed beta days and eventually be open beta too. The closed beta itself will feature new character customization options known as the Avatar system and the new Soulmate system for those wanting to play with one another. The game also features a dynamic weather and special day and night cycles that affect the game's 2 factions, light and dark, in different ways. In different ways, guys, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say the light faction benefits from the day and the dark faction benefits from the night. That's just my guess though. Unfortunately, guys, there is still no open beta date for the game, but when I know the open beta, I'll let you guys know too. Up next, guys, on May 3rd, Big Point came out and said Dragon Sang Online will begin its open beta testing sometime in June. The open beta for the game will include 5 languages, with a total of 30 languages planned. Now, the game itself is a hack and slash style MMORPG on the browser, but you can see from the game's graphics, it actually looks quite nice. So it's a browser-based game, but the graphics are definitely up there. It's supposed to be a Diablo 2 style hack and slash style game with over 100 hours of content. Well, guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for upcoming games, we have nothing to look at. But as for games recently launched, we have several games to look at, and the first one, guys, is Realms Online, which actually isn't a new game. Now, Realms Online, known elsewhere as Regnum Online, has officially launched through publisher Game Samba in North America. Now, the game is the exact same game as Regnum Online, but this version is apparently for North American users. Now, I'm actually not quite sure why the game was relaunched, because just launching another server for the game for North American audiences only is only going to fragment the player base. Now you got 2 servers, one in Europe and Latin America and one in North America. So it's really weird why they're doing that. It's just dividing up the player base. But for those that still want to play Regnum Online, they can play on the North American version, which should have less lag. And the game, of course, focuses on realm versus realm combat with a 3-faction PvP system and 3 major classes with 6 subclasses. Alright, guys, the next and last bit of news we're going to take a look at comes on May 5th, 2011, and the news is that Elsword officially launches. Now, I'm going to keep this one a bit short because I did announce last week, I believe, that Elsword officially began its open beta, but now this is the transition to full release now. And as you can see from the video right now, the game looks a lot like Grand Chase, and that's because apparently they share the same developer. Well, guys, that's it for this week. There's a few other small announcements I decided to skip over. Announcements like 6th anniversary celebration begins in MapleStory, and Battle of the Immortal celebrates its 1st anniversary. There are events going on in both games, so definitely take advantage of those if you do play those games. But anyway, guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending May 8th. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about any of the news I mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. And if you want to discuss anything you heard in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway, guys, this is Omer, signing off.